Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More parents of teenager who took her own life say contradictory medical advice failed the May Darwin couple who lost their daughter to suicide say the health system failed their family, and there isn't a day they don't question what more could have been done to save her, and they're now preparing to ride 3,000 kilometres across Australia from Adelaide to Darwin to raise awareness of mental health issues. Sabrina Di Lembo died by suicide in August 2017 after suffering from anxiety and depression. The 19-year-old became anxious over her upcoming university exams, and when she suffered her first panic attack she reached out to her family for help. In her perception, it was a situation of failure because she couldn't prepare for those exams. She couldn't remember what she was reading to do the assignment that she had to do. Her mother Lydia Di Lembo said, "It was for her a big deal." Sabrina went to a local GP who diagnosed her with anxiety, and she started seeing a psychologist. As the weeks went on, her condition deteriorated. "My daughter hadn't been sleeping for 3 days and nor had I," Ms. Di Lembo said. "I really needed some help to calm her anxiety and to help her sleep and rest." Conflicting advice from medical professionals. The Di Lembos took Sabrina to a different GP who prescribed her the antidepressant Effexor as well as Valium to help her sleep, but soon after she started to have suicidal thoughts. Ms. Di Lembo said she phoned the Northern Territory Mental Health Line for advice and asked for her daughter to be seen by a psychiatrist, but it wasn't possible. She said Sabrina's dose of medication was instead tripled over the phone and the family was told to go back to the GP to get the new script. "I really desperately wanted Sabrina to go in and see somebody face to face again," she said. When the family took Sabrina back to the GP, they said the local doctor didn't agree, prescribing her with a double, rather than a triple dosage. Again, conflicting information. Who is right? Who is wrong? What's in the best interests for my daughter? Ms. Di Lembo said. "We thought she had turned a corner." Ms. Di Lembo said her daughter became catatonic on the higher dosage and wasn't able to effectively engage in therapy. "We were told, you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks for medication to work, and we did that, but she was not getting better," she said. She also didn't want to keep taking the medication because it was not making her feel well, and we decided to take her off the medication. Ms. Di Lembo said her daughter lost hope that she'd ever make a full recovery, but was still trying. She had more motivation to get up in the morning, go for a walk. She would go to the gym with her friends, which she hadn't been doing for nearly 2 months, she said. But 3 weeks after stopping her medication, Sabrina took her own life at the family's Darwin home. "We thought she had turned the corner, that she was actually on the up. But little did we know that there was something else going on that she wasn't sharing with anybody," Ms. Di Lembo said. Lack of psychiatrists in the NT. Navigating the health system with a mental illness can be complex. There are only 2 private psychiatrists working in the Territory, which has the highest suicide rate in Australia, according to the Australian Medical Association, AMA. For people who've got a depressive condition, the ideal thing would probably be for the person to be treated by their GP and a psychologist, working with a private psychiatrist for mild to moderate depression, AMA NT President Robert Parker said. And there's just not the private psychiatrists available in the Territory. It can be very frustrating when you've got a loved one who has got a mental illness and you are trying to get help, and you're getting 6 different types of advice from 6 different types of professionals. While the Di Lembos don't blame their daughter's suicide on any individual, they would like to see change. "It's not that a doctor does it purposely, it's what they know and what their resources are," Michael Di Lembo said. "Unfortunately, my daughter was one of those people who had to suffer, and we had to suffer also as a consequence, but we would like to see that changed. It's 40 years I haven't been on a bike." The Di Lembos are now preparing to ride bicycles across Australia to raise awareness about mental health and hope their journey will spare other families from experiencing their grief. Mr. Di Lembo said he would be imagining Sabrina laughing at him as he tackles the 3,000-kilometre ride from Adelaide to Darwin. She'll probably be saying, "Dad, you would have never ever in your life done something like that," and she'd be quite correct. "It's 40 years I haven't been on a bike," he said. Mr. Di Lembo said he wanted the health system to better support families when they reached out for help. "There should be a one-stop shop where people can go and actually see someone. We knocked on every door, but somehow I believe the system failed my daughter," he said. "We still ask for answers. Every day you question yourself, what if we'd done this or we'd done that, but those answers are not forthcoming." In a statement, the NT Health Department said it was unable to comment on specific cases of suicide. Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More.